we did the last podcast, and our friend Andreas was on here, and
what happened?
You started the podcast with the dick joke.
Hey,
I'm like, here we are, right?
Yes, I did.
I mean, you got right into it. Like,
yeah,
I'm like,
set the tone.
I was hoping you were gonna go with something a little more classier. No. Bury the lead,
Not
let
at
the
all.
dick joke just come out.
Absolutely not.
Do you know what type of podcast?
Where are you gonna put at the top of the podcast, bro? Because we usually don't start with the dick. Like,
You got to start with the dick.
You gotta earn the dick.
Nah,
you
man.
can't start with
You fucking go straight for it. Right for victory.
You know what's going up front for the next one?
Yep.
this, right?
Start with the dick.
Start with the dick.
Waiting on you.
I'll never make anybody wait.
Of course not.
All right.
We're here. We are here. Ready
It's
to
different
go.
on a weekday, right?
It is.
It feels
It's
like
different energy.
we may have worked all day and then
I had
come to jump on the podcast.
I had the day off.
Fuck He's like, yeah, I spent the whole day working at the beach,
Yeah.
pumping iron
Yeah,
and running
went and
laps.
got coffee and went to
Yeah.
the beach, went for a run.
Rolling tires.
I took a fucking
around
nap.
and
I took a nap.
Swinging my sledgehammer.
great.
Daughter had a dentist appointment. There's
nice.
nothing like. There's always at least one kid that's like screaming bloody murder in
Hell
there.
Oh yeah.
That's. I mean, there's got to be.
You mean kids don't like having their teeth?
the stress of that job has to be ridiculous.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
but when I go to the dentist's office, that's kind of what I'm there for. I want to hear somebody
Pain.
screaming bloody murder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like, you know what? I am going to be better than that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I may cry a little, but I'm not going to scream like a little bitch. Yeah. I will say, though, that initial needle always sucks.
Oh yeah.
That first needle to the gums, just like, they're like, open up. What?
Yeah.
Like, yo, bro, you got to fucking warn me
Yeah.
before you stick a needle in my mouth. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
Ah.
yeah.
Oh, you fucker.
Have you ever had what's called a hot tooth?
No.
no.
Ooh, okay. So one time I was at the dentist and I was getting a cavity full. It was supposed to be a normal cavity filling. And they injected me with the Novocaine and they started and I'm like, oh, I still feel it. They're like, huh. She's like, okay, we're going to give you a second needle. Maybe it didn't take. So they waited a little bit, did a second needle, started going in, still felt it. They were like that the nerve was so close to the top or wherever they were drilling that they had to get in for the cavity.
Yeah.
That regardless what kind of Novocaine they put in there, I was going to feel some of that pain the entire time. So they were doing this thing where they were drilling and then like kind of squirting in Novocaine, and it would last for seconds, maybe.
Yeah. Fuck all that. At that point, I'm keeping the cavity.
Yeah.
It's like,
then-
all right, guys, put me to sleep.
Yeah.
No, so
Put me out. Yeah. Put me out. Knock me out.
So I laid there and I did one of those where like I just put my fists like over my chest and I'm just kind of like,
Yeah.
good. Ah! Good. Ah! Yeah. Oh, bro. Hot tooth is a term
Yeah. Fuck
you
that.
never want to hear.
Yeah, I never had a hot tooth. Don't want one.
And with that
one.
said, Eddie, welcome to the Sofa Kingdom podcast with your host, Nelson.
I'm a hot tooth.
and Sweet Tooth,
That's right.
which actually wasn't a bad Netflix show.
Oh yeah.
I didn't watch it when it first came out. I didn't watch the second season when it first came out. And then one day I went in and I was like, oh, this is actually a good
That
show.
with the kids with the anthers and shit.
It was. And that's what turned me off. I'm looking at it. I'm like, this looks fucking dumb. And then, you know, one day when you're bored, nothing else to watch, you're like, fuck it. Let me roll an
Like,
episode.
I got nothing I'm interested in.
yes.
Hit play on random recommendation.
Yeah.
And it was good. It was good. Surprisingly thoughtful. There were moments where you're like, there was a little like mole type creature who was my baby Yoda for the whole show. Like I was like, this guy is great. Just don't kill him. I don't care if you mutilate the other ones. Get the antlers. I don't care. But you leave that guy alone. You know what I mean? But it was a good show.
Yeah.
It was a good show. Yeah.
I went and saw a movie the other night. I
Dun,
went,
dun, dun, dun.
I went and saw Sinners.
How was it? That's popping up everywhere.
Listen, I went and saw it, and I had multiple people reach out to me, say, dude, it lived up to the hype. It was really good. I went and saw it. It was above what I thought it was going to be.
Really?
It is the best movie I've seen in years.
Okay, so what's it about though?
Listen, after watching the movie, I don't know if I should tell you that it's an action movie. I don't know if I should tell you it's a horror movie, or I don't know if I should tell you it's a musical.
Really?
Yes. It was the best movie I have seen in a long time.
Wait.
Where does
musical? You threw musical into...
Bro.
That's what I was gonna say. Where does musical come into this?
Yes, the soundtrack is that woven into it. Wow. It's like half history lesson of like a period of America, and half like a music history lesson on the blues.
No shit.
Okay.
There's one scene that I won't ruin it for anyone, but it's in the barn during the party they throw, and it's when this dude's playing the guitar and he starts singing. And that scene, start to finish, is one of the greatest scenes in any movie.
Wow.
Ever. Like, ever.
Wow.
The way it was shot.
High praise.
It blends past, future of African and different types of music, like, in one shot. And I was sitting there like, holy shit. Like, that whoever shot that shot right there, well, the Oscars are coming up.
Yes. I'm intrigued.
That scene right there is going to...
So now,
I want to see it.
Psychological style horror or horror?
Horror because it's vampires in the South. Like it's a part of Mississippi that's known for race. It's a lot of poor black people living in this area, and the villain is this Irish vampire who is extremely old, and he's traveling through the South, and he comes to this barn party at night when they're playing, and he hears the boy playing the guitar, and the boy has the power when he plays this guitar to speak to people in the past, future.
No shit.
And the vampire wants that. And so what happens, and the way they film them, the way they shoot them, like the vampires play instruments too and sing, and there's this one part where the vampire is outside singing with the people he's turned, and they sing Rocky Road to Dublin.
Yeah.
The way it is shot, bro,
Sick.
it's so eerie that you're just like, oh my god, like.
Damn.
And the director Coogler, he did Creed with Michael B. Jordan.
Yes.
He did Black Panther 2. His movies are okay. Creed was all right.
You were about to say Black Panther 2 was amazing. No, that's what you were going to say.
I was never
His
gonna
movies
say that.
are amazing.
No,
That's what he was going to say, right?
Listen,
You saw it.
Creed was okay, and Creed was okay, and it tried to build off the backs of Rocky. We're not even gonna lie. We're not gonna lie. Creed was not as good as any of the Rocky
Listen,
films.
all of the Rocky movies built off the backs of the first Rocky movie.
They
Exactly.
were.
And Creed tried to build off that.
But
So,
Sylvester Stallone was a part of the Creed movies.
he needs money. I get it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay,
all right.
all right.
He just bought a house on Palm Beach Island. The guy's got to pay bills.
Yeah.
All right, but listen.
Those glass table parties cost money.
Yes.
No.
I have not.
It's those liposuction.
Yeah. It's the steroids in his 70s.
Steroids, yeah.
Listen, I have not been shy about saying that I didn't really care for Black Panther 2. I didn't. I thought Black Panther 1 was much better.
Yes.
Listen,
Yes.
I don't care how many times you paint Ironheart.
Yes.
I ain't fucking buying it. I'm sorry. No, it sucks. And if you can swim into Wakanda, it ain't that secure. I will continue to. But this, Coogler set the bar way too fucking high.
It was
like
that good.
This was nothing he has done prepared me for this.
Okay.
I went into it hearing everyone saying all this good shit, seeing the Rotten Tomato reviews, and going, okay, it's going to be a good movie, but it's not gonna blow me the fuck away.
Right.
It blew me away. I would go see it again. If someone told me, hey, if I wasn't going to Ireland this weekend, if they said, hey, do you want to go Saturday and go see Sinners?
Yeah.
If I have time, I'm going.
Fucking right.
It's the type of movie you see again and again. I can't wait for it to come out on HBO.
That's amazing. You know what? I'm sold. And I usually don't like horror, but I love vampire horror.
Vampires are
horror.
are always acceptable.
They are the exception to the rule. Now, if you say zombies, I'm like, go fuck yourself with zombies.
It's not horror.
enough
It's not
zombies
like
already.
it's not like that's the goal of the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
It throws comedy at you. It throws action. Michael B. Jordan plays twin brothers.
Right.
And they were criminals that used to work for Al Capone in Chicago, and then they went back to Mississippi, and they did something in Chicago that got them money, and they brought it back to Mississippi.
Right.
And they play these two brothers that are called the Smokestack Brothers, and their names are literally Smoke and Stack. And, like,
Very clever.
Michael B. Jordan is not the highlight of this movie. He does a great job, but he's not. There's so much going on. There's so many characters in this movie that you're like, holy shit! Like,
Okay.
It's the best movie I've seen in years, and I did not leave the theater expecting that.
Okay.
That's
Like,
always a good thing, though.
I don't
isn't
normally.
it?
I would never hand out a 10. Like
Yeah.
10s are like reserved for the Lord of the Rings trilogy, like Braveheart,
Like 300.
kind of.
The
kind
first
of.
300
The first
was
300
amazing.
It's a great movie.
Okay.
I give it a 9. Listen,
I love how you slipped that shit in there.
I'm just saying.
I love how you slipped that shit in there.
I'm not giving it a 10.
Bro, you're not even gonna grease it up a little bit.
No, I'm not gonna grease. There's enough grease in that movie. There's enough grease in that movie.
Not even a 9.5. It's like, no, 9.
The amount of baby oil that was used in the filming of the 300, they had to call in P. Diddy for his reserves.
Listen,
and you're not even gonna slip it in.
No, Sinners is legitimately a 9.5.
Okay.
Legitimately. It is
Wow.
a near perfect cinematic experience.
Okay, and
It's 2 hours and 17 minutes long, and I was not upset. I could have sat there for longer.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
great. And you have to stay to the end of the credits.
okay.
The way they ended it was perfect. Nothing in it was cheap. Nothing in it was phoned in. It was literally a great fucking movie from
Yeah.
start to finish.
I mean, there are very few movies that I would put on the scale of 10.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I think,
Shawshank Redemption, like this
Saving
fucking-
Private Ryan
Yes.
was a 10. That was the first Gladiator to me. Was a 10.
Gladiators, yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Gladiators up there.
Yeah. Man. You know what?
Endgame just because the culmination.
Endgame. Yeah.
Endgame just 'cause the
Endgame,
culmination.
a 10.
Spider-Man? Spider-Man's a 9.5, the last
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
The
You
one-
know it's going to be a 10? Because they did announce it. It
God
is going
damn
to
you.
come out.
God damn you.
Ironheart.
No.
A 10
It
out of
is-
a possible
No.
1
It is.
million.
No.
It is.
Maybe
back.
maybe a 10 out of 50.
It is back on the
50
board of
million.
things that are coming to us.
Why?
What everybody wants, Ironheart.
Why?
Yeah, nobody wants it.
Why?
There are no lines forming
No.
to see Ironheart.
No one is. And Disney, why can't Disney read the fucking room?
I don't know.
Read
man.
the fucking room.
You know
would-
what it is?
you
Is
would
they
think
spent
so.
the money on that already, so they feel like fuck it, we got to put it out.
Yeah, but then they got to market it.
Kinda like
also
Willow.
the money comes in
Well, I mean,
production.
it's like HBO has cast the actor to play Snape, and everyone was like, "Fuck you, no."
Yes.
Yeah.
And supposedly now
They
even
changed his race.
J.K. Rowling
Yeah.
is
Read the book.
suing
Yeah.
to get the rights back for the show
Right.
because she's like, "No,
They're butchering it.
yeah."
Yeah.
It's like you guys are just you're not learning from what everybody else is already doing.
Yeah. you don't get it.
The people will go see the shit that's great that they love. Like, hey, when you put out Deadpool and
Yep.
Wolverine, the people came in droves. The money was made. The
Yep.
critics were happy. The fans were happy.
Highest grossing R-rated movie of all time.
Right. And then you flip the script and you make The Acolyte.
Yeah.
And you're like, why isn't this working?
I don't fucking know. And HBO obviously isn't fucking paying attention. 'Cause,
No.
Hey, let's make they read the book. Tall, black hair, ghostly pale, almost alarmingly pale.
Yep.
Yeah, let's make him black.
Yep.
Right.
But it's silly because to me, HBO has hit the mark on so many good things.
Yes.
They
Even-
Their
create
cartoons are killing it.
Game, what's his name? Peacemaker. Guy made Peacemaker.
Peacemaker is amazing.
Yep.
James Gunn.
That was
Yes.
James Gunn.
His
though.
animated thing, Creature Commandos, is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great show.
That's
It's a great
Creature
show.
Commandos. That was great.
But apparently, the company that's in production, they've done other things that they adapted, and they've done that on these other shows. Now, for certain characters, it doesn't matter.
right.
Right.
But
Nick
when-
Fury, I didn't care.
Yeah, for
Right.
Nick Fury, it didn't matter.
Because it was
Nick
Samuel L.
Fury,
Jackson.
but Nick Fury in both the comics and the movies was both a black and a white character.
Yes.
Even in the comics.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
see, I
yeah.
didn't know
So
Forgive my
it's
ignorance.
it's one of the things of like there's a handful of central main characters
Mm-hmm.
because not all the characters are fully described.
Right.
But he is one of the few that is fully described,
Yeah,
and
he's
he's
ghostly
a
pale.
central
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
They're like so when you're reading the forums, they're like. You can't hire the handsome black man to play the ugly, greasy-haired
White
white
dude.
guy
Yeah.
that's supposed to be the loner weirdo. This
Yeah.
does not compute.
Bro, Johnny Depp as the new Snape. I'm in.
that. No,
Well, they've been
you
saying
could-
Adam
you could-
Driver.
Adam Driver.
Yes.
Adam Driver.
Adam Driver literally looks like
Yeah.
they describe Snape in the book.
I get it. You know, who's the guy from Peaky Blinders?
Gillian Murphy.
Killian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy.
If he grew his hair long and straightened it, yes.
yeah,
That-
yeah.
he's-
Because he's got that creepy vibe.
Speaking of Gillian Murphy, I'm really excited for the new zombie movie coming out 28 years later.
Oh.
Every trailer that they play, that looks like it's going to be a great horror movie.
Because zombies, they're the best.
Listen, zombies that run really fast and vomit blood on you, I'm in.
Zombies has got a high bar to get over now, just with so much content from The Walking Dead and then
Yeah.
the spin-off shows. There is a little bit of like we've had enough zombies over
Yeah.
the last couple of years.
But even in The Walking Dead, the zombies were a background.
They were.
They were background noise to the main story, and
Yeah.
that's why people liked it.
Yes.
The highlights were the fucking people acting up, murdering each other, while
Yeah.
the zombies are in the background picking off scraps.
Yeah, you just in order to make zombie horror good, you have to do something kind of original.
Yes.
Like the Last of Us, they made it fungal.
Yeah.
It was just trying to spread. Like
Yes.
it was just trying to get the fungus
Which
from
was
one host
a
to another.
realistic creepiness to it.
Yes.
Right, and the cordyceps thread is actually scientifically
Yeah.
maybe grounded in some real
It
scary
is.
shit.
That
as
makes
soon as
it dope.
As soon as it figures
Yes.
out how to infect us,
There's
we're
a handful
fucked.
of very small life forms that unfortunately the mushrooms basically rule over.
Yes. Yeah.
Resident Evil zombies, dope.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, and they've gone. Oh, by the way, they've gone from ants, and now they've found large species of spiders.
Yes.
That have been infected with the cordyceps. So if it's evolving and learning how to infect bigger things,
Nice.
it's not nice,
Nice.
very not nice.
No, I would say
it could
that
get really fucking bad real
It's
quick.
probably happening right now. Just look at our government.
And we
Those
lost.
motherfuckers got cordyceps up the ass, bro.
Actually, I think some of them could use a few more mushrooms.
They could actually.
Did you guys see these memes flying around of JD Vance touching the Pope?
Yes.
Oh,
And
the
then-
Pope killer? Yes,
Holy
yes. The,
shit.
the Pope killer.
Every-
I hope
Yeah.
it's not too soon for the Pope killer, but goddamn.
I'm a little worried about that because
Goddamn.
I know they take Catholicism really seriously in Ireland.
Yes.
And I'm gonna be in Ireland May 7th when they choose the new
Nice.
pope. I'm like, oh god,
Nice.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
I hope they don't recognize that I'm American.
Yeah. No,
He's
but
a dirty Protestant whore.
You're gonna fit right in. You're gonna fit right in.
I hope so. I
Yeah,
hope so.
yeah. Like, one of you guys. Where's the
so.
Guinness?
Actually, I'm doing the tour. So
Oh, see.
I hope it goes well.
Yeah.
All right.
But 28 days later, 28 weeks later, 28 years later, they've always done something very well, and it's that the zombies, like, it's kind of like The Last of Us. They're just trying to spread the infection.
Right.
Yeah.
Their eyes are like blood red. They run full speed. That's what was terrifying about them.
Right.
Like the one scene where the guy's running across the field in England,
Yeah.
and he's getting tired,
Right.
and you see the horde behind him. They're still sprinting. It's
like another group coming over the hill.
He's sweating and breathing heavy, and he's fucking getting tired, and
Yeah.
they're still running full bore
Fuck.
at him. Like
Yep.
it's like, dude, no, that's
Yeah,
horrifying.
that's-
And they'll do anything to get you infected. They'll scratch you. They'll vomit blood. Like they'll do whatever they got to do to get the virus in you.
Top 3 monsters in monster movies, right? We'd have to say the classical, the vampire, the werewolf, the zombie.
Probably.
Right? Am
yeah.
I missing anything?
No,
I think-
unless you count like the demon that jumps in people. There's so many possession movies.
Yeah, so out of the 3 of those, which would you rather not face?
I mean, I'm probably gonna not face a fucking werewolf just because a vampire. It's like if I hang out in the daytime, if I don't invite him in, if I put crosses and eat a bunch of garlic.
Vampires
right?
have a lot of rules that you can protect yourself
Werewolves
with.
don't give a fuck.
Werewolf is savage as fuck.
Right. If we're all sitting in here right now and it's nighttime and a werewolf's in your yard,
Yeah,
he
you're
don't need
dead.
permission.
Yeah.
They're
No.
coming through that wall.
Yeah. He's knocking through that door. He
Yep.
doesn't give a fuck.
Even
Yeah, and-
zombies,
yeah.
most of the time, you get to high ground, you got a good fence or two, and you're
Yeah.
pretty well
And you're
safe.
good. You're
Well,
good.
it's still a guy.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
still a guy. Whether it walks or runs, it's got to come at you, and it's going to come at you with blind rage. So if you hit it in the head, you're
Yeah.
killing it.
But do not go after it with a sword bought from a Comic-Con. It will not take his neck off.
No, it won't.
Chances are the hilt will break in your hand. I know this from experience.
Blunt weapon, smash it in the head.
You
Really
would probably
fucking
have
hard.
a better chance with a Ginsu knife from As We See on TV.
Well,
kinda
when you're thinking
shit.
of zombies, you don't want anything too sharp because you don't want to risk it getting stuck and then you don't have it for the next swing.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Blunt
Yeah.
weapon.
Blunt instrument.
Something
Yeah.
blunt,
Blunt
heavy.
weapon.
You can smash it over, smack him in the head over and over again.
All right, so
metal
but-
bat's perfect.
So, but yeah, and vampires, like, chances are if they're interested in you, they're probably gonna want to have sex with you first. Then they're gonna kill you. You know
Unless
what
it's
I
a
mean?
man vampire. Then
Hey, bro, interview with a vampire, bro.
Well, it's Brad
Interview with
Pitt?
a vampire.
All right.
Yeah, it's Brad Pitt.
Okay.
It doesn't.
He can fuck me. But no, werewolf, you don't want none of that.
Yeah,
you don't want
yeah,
none of that at all. Big
Yeah,
old hairy monster ripping through the wall.
Once,
Fuck
once
that.
it's a full moon, there's very little rules that are impeding them from getting to you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
plus a vampire, like, it's gonna bite you in the neck. Like, hopefully it won't be too rough. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe it'll put some kind of magic on you where you fall asleep.
And now we're talking like
a werewolf's gonna rip you apart.
you're talking about the full standing on 2 leg werewolf, not the cheesy werewolf that they do sometimes where it turns into like a dog.
And talks to her like an actual wolf.
well,
It's like,
unless it
get
turns
the
into
fuck
that,
out of my
unless it
face.
turns into that American Werewolf in London thing.
That's
It was kind of like a dog, but it was more like a grizzly.
Yeah.
That was terrifying.
Yeah, that was like a grizzly. That's the best.
That was like a were
explanation.
grizzly. That was fucking awful. That was a scary looking werewolf. Fuck that. But no, werewolf. Yeah, out of those three, I really would take my chances with the other two.
I'd have to concur.
I would just stay inside my house and keep telling the vampire, "Fuck off! You can't come in my house ever.
You were not
Keep
invited.
on knocking, but you can't come in.
You're never invited. You cannot come across the threshold ever."
While you order Domino's pizza, got these garlic nuts, bro.
Yeah. There's even a part that they keep that mythology in Sinners.
Yeah,
If
the
you
garlic.
don't invite the vampire in, it can't come in.
Yeah.
Which is funny because in one scene, a guy turns who had been in the party all night, and like they kind of are onto him, and like, "Why don't you come in?" And he's like, "Why don't you invite my ass in?" He's calling him ignorant, and they're like, "You've been walking your fat ass in and out of here all night. What the fuck? Why do you need permission now?" And he's just like, "You trifling ass motherfucker." You know? It's such a good scene. The movie was great. I was laughing. It was,
Damn.
it was
All
such
right.
It was,
I like to hear that because
it's
there
an original
hasn't been
movie.
too many great movies pulling people back into the theaters, but I do feel like we're getting over that hump. There's a couple of good movies.
This
coming
movie
out.
has restored my faith in filmmaking.
That's awesome.
It's that good because it's original.
Yes.
Like Ryan Coogler thought of this.
Yeah.
He wrote this whole thing and he said, "All right, this is the movie I want to make," and he made it. And I'm like, holy shit, dude! Like, it's gonna win awards. I'm telling you, next Oscars, it's gonna win awards.
No, I mean,
It has
I
to.
open up social media and it's the only thing I see. Sinners, great. Sinners. I was like, damn, it's gotta be good.
I saw friends posting about it, so I messaged two separate friends that posted about it, and both of them are black dudes.
Yeah.
And I was like, guys,
So you're only two friends.
Well, I literally said to them, I literally said to them, is it like a you guys thing? And they were like, nah, dude, you're gonna love this movie. I'm like, all right, good. So I literally, I had gotten off work that day. I saw 410 at the mall. It was a super saver. I was like, fuck it, babe. I was like, do you want to go see Sinner? She's like, sure. 2 tickets. Went and sat there. Only 2 white people in the movie. Loved the fucking movie.
Yeah,
But whenever they were
I
doing,
can see Ian walking out. They got their hands around him. He's one of us.
no, whenever they were doing racist shit in the movie, like whenever like the Klan showed up, I was always like,
Fuck.
I'm like looking back behind me, like, ah, fuck. Like,
That's when you got to be like, I hate these guys.
no, listen.
Am I right?
Yeah, I held the
Or
door.
you didn't want to draw any attention to yourself.
I held the door for them. When people were walking in, there was a group walking in. I was like, after you guys.
After you.
You guys go right in.
Yeah. Have my seat if you want. I'll sit next to you.
I'm
It's
an
all right.
ally. I'm an ally. P.S. Don't listen to the Sophie podcast. But no,
By the way, Eddie, I have to say, so we did the last podcast, and our friend Andreas was on here, and
what happened?
you started the podcast with the dick joke.
Hey,
I'm like, here we are, right?
Yes, I did.
I mean, you got right into it. Like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
set the tone.
I was hoping you were gonna go with something a little more classier. Bury the lead,
Not
let
at
the
all.
dick joke just come out.
Absolutely not.
Do you know what type of podcast this is?
So when I listened to the initial 30 seconds, I'm like, fucking Eddie. God damn it.
I loved it.
I did have something else before that, but I'm like, this is taken away. Remove this.
Yeah.
Less of that.
I was like, I'm gonna have to meet up with Eddie in the editing room. Like, where are you gonna put at the top of the podcast, bro? Because we usually don't start with the dick. Like,
You got to start with the dick.
you gotta earn the dick.
Nah,
you
man.
can't start with
You fucking go straight for it. Right for victory.
You know what's going up front for the next one?
Yep.
this, right?
Start with the dick.
Start with the dick.
Full force.
Well done, Ed.
Oh, yeah.
Well done.
So a trailer that I did see today, we were discussing a different take on the Predator.
Yep.
Is what they're looking to do. Where
Two of the LPs that Disney had when they acquired Fox are now Predator and Alien, which
Yep.
is what
Right.
we're going to start seeing, I think.
Right,
Particularly on Hulu.
I mean, I'm all for some new Predator shit, but I leave the villain. Like when you did the other Predator movie where the Native American girl.
Have we learned nothing from Sony making villain movies?
Right.
Disney's in charge, guys.
Yes, yeah.
Guys, Disney.
But like it's
Disney.
leave the villain. Like that's we could go still see the movie. People go watch Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger's.
Yep.
You're essentially glorifying homicidal, murderous maniacs.
Yeah.
I think
and
I've
you're
me-
there for it.
I've mentioned that numerous times, I think, on this
Yeah.
podcast.
Yes.
That's one of Stephen King's fears.
Yes.
Yeah, after so
The
many
horror movie effect.
After
Yes.
so many of them, it really is how creative are they getting with
Yes.
the killing? It's no longer about surviving a maniac.
The highest grossing movie in October was that new Art the Clown movie. What the hell was
Which,
it?
I'm good without it.
What the hell's the name of that series? I can't think. The Terrifier.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's literally if you watch those movies, it's borderline torture porn.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a horror movie buff. I love horror movies. I've seen horror movies that aren't even legal in the United States. I've seen movies that I will never fucking watch again.
Yeah.
Listen, the Terrifier is just glorified torture porn. That's what it is. It's how bad can Art the Clown murder these fucking people. There's a chainsaw scene in the shower in the Terrifier 3.
Bro.
Why?
Yes.
And it's extended. It goes on
for far too long.
There's a murder scene in the Terrifier 2. I don't even get uncomfortable watching death scenes in movies.
Yeah.
I was uncomfortable. I was like, this is still going. Like, he's murdering this woman for minutes. And I'm just like, oh my God. And then at one point he leaves. You think it's over. You're like, oh fuck, what a horrible way to die. He comes running back into the room with salt and bleach. I'm like, oh my God.
No.
Oh my. And then you have to watch him like dump salt and bleach on her. I'm like, ah.
Yeah, that's the worst.
And that was the Terrifier 2. They upped the ante in the Terrifier 3.
Wait, there's a Terrifier 3?
There's a Terrifier 3. And since it was the highest grossing film in October, guess what got greenlit for next year?
Terrifier 4.
Terrifier 4.
It feels like you're just giving bad
There
ideas
is no
to the
Jesus
world.
Christ in this music.
They're like, and how do we make this worse?
Exactly.
It's just giving
But
bad
that's
ideas
what
to the
happened
world.
with
It really is.
that show with Homelander in it, The Boys.
Yeah.
Season 1 was palatable. It was good. Season 2 got a little weird. The season 3, I'm like, this is really fucking weird.
Yep.
I still haven't watched season 4.
Listen,
I haven't gone back. I'm just like, after you see a person's anus explode from the inside
the
out.
guy that makes that comic, the guy that made that comic, he also made Crossed.
Yes.
And you have to remember that Crossed is the worst comic book ever made. The stuff that you read, the stuff that you see in that comic is the worst shit ever put in a comic book ever.
Fuck.
So if you actually read the graphic novel, which I did,
Yep.
I heard about how bad the Boys comic book was.
Yes.
Particularly that one festival where all the superheroes get together and have an orgy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I dove into it and said, oh, how bad can it be? Read it. The show's a lot better. The show is a lot more dumbed down and gentle compared to what you see in that.
Yeah.
The way who's the Wonder Woman clone in the show? Oh my God.
Fuck, I forget her name, but yes, I know
The
you're
way
talking about.
Homelander kills her in the actual comic book is much worse than the way he kills her in the show.
Damn.
So even the stuff they put on Amazon Prime, they had to dumb down.
It's different when it's just pictures on the page and you're filling it in for yourself versus like an actual video of it going on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
When you read about, like in Game of Thrones, when you read about the Mountain killing Prince Oberyn, it's bad. But when you actually watch Pedro Pascal get his eyes gouged out and his head crushed, I'll never forget how I felt in my stomach after that episode. I will never forget it.
Was it similar? Did you get that feeling again the second time, though?
No, because I knew it was coming.
Yes. Well, in Daredevil.
Yeah.
That's what when you seen it in Daredevil and Kingpin is squashing that guy's head until
No,
it
because they
explodes.
filmed it very well. And actually, if you look at the scene from comics, it was pretty close to that.
Yeah.
It's what he does. He pushes on the side of his head, but his one hand is lower than his other hand. So he actually does it like his hands go past each other. He like blows the guy's head apart.
Yeah.
And it's a grim reminder of, like, yes, he's a man, but he's also an ultra powerful man.
Yes.
Like Wilson Fisk I forget who he beat in a fight. He actually beat someone in a fist fight in the comic books that you would never think he would beat.
Like Luke Cage?
No, it wasn't Luke. It wasn't Luke Cage. It was someone. It was someone on like a physical level, like where you're like, wait a minute, like isn't that like an ultra powerful? It was a Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
I forget who the hell it
Probably
was.
like the Rhino or something.
It was something like that.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he fist fought him and beat him, and you're like, wait a minute, what? He's just a
shit.
big guy in a white suit.
Yo, was he
No,
yelling,
he's-
Cassie's hands, Cassie's hands?
Apparently, in the comic books, Wilson Fisk is also like a black belt in judo and
Yeah,
other
they've-
martial arts.
they've-
Like he does any martial art where he can grab a hold of you.
They've upped it to the
Yeah,
point
okay.
where like he's a big guy, but it's not fat, it's muscle.
Yeah,
Right.
So
And they said he's like 1,000 pounds.
yeah, so he's
That's
just
pure muscle.
monstrously huge.
Dense muscle.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, that's his superpower. He's a
Yeah.
fucking...
But it's terrifying when you look at him. You think,
Brick.
oh, he's got to be fat. No, that's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
solid.
Yeah, he's all shoulders in the comics.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's
I liked
out
him.
there.
I liked him in the Spider-Verse where he was a ball.
Yeah.
He was like this massive. Like, he's the size of a fucking building. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Isn't there another one that's supposed to be coming out for the Spider-Verse?
It has to be the way they
There-
ended it.
I believe there is going to be, but I think there's a little bit of time in between.
Back
this one
order.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah, they got to
I
get Ironheart.
Ironheart out. I will
God.
tell you, like, that's one of the best Spider-Man cartoons, period. Like,
It is. It
I
is.
didn't know I was going to like the Miles Morales Spider-Man as much as I did.
Yeah.
And I'm all in because he's half Puerto Rican. I'm like, I'm already in. He's the best Spider-Man to ever exist.
Yeah.
But then they showed like who they were gonna try to make him as the on-screen character.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you do this, I'm gonna fuck you guys up. I'm gonna drive down to Sony Studios and I'm gonna kick you guys in the fucking balls.
Is it?
No, okay. He's from Stranger Things. You know the nerdy kid from Stranger Things?
Is he Puerto Rican?
No, the black kid. The black kid with the fro that's a part of the group.
I'd be fine with that.
No, he is not Miles Morales.
I gotta refresh my memory.
Bro, no.
Let me see how he grew up.
No.
How'd he grow up?
He grew up the same way he looked when he was younger.
Listen,
Like a
Peter
turd.
Parker and Miles Morales are both nerdy guys. They are.
They are.
They are.
But
Peter's
Miles
based on.
Morales is kind of nerdy. Like
He is.
He's not that nerdy. Have you
Bro.
pulled him up yet, Eddie?
He came up briefly. Then there we go.
Stranger Things. What's his name?
I don't recall his name, but
Come on, bro. That's not Miles Morales.
He could be Miles Morales.
He cannot be Miles Morales.
They just got to lighten him up.
I'll tell you what.
The kid under him could be Miles Morales.
Fuck no.
It's not that far off from the video game.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't want him.
Hashtag Stranger Things Miles Morales.
I say give it to like Selena Gomez instead.
Oh,
Fuck
come
it.
on.
Gender swap it and make
Dude,
it.
they did announce the next season of Wednesday. Jenna
Ooh,
Ortega is
yes.
still playing Wednesday.
No,
I thought
she left.
No, it's Jenna Ortega.
Then why were they saying that she left?
I don't know, but Jenna Ortega is in the next season of Wednesday.
Sometimes threatening to leave gets your way.
She probably threatened to leave, and they probably paid her.
And you know what?
Because
though?
no one is going to come back to the show if somebody else is playing.
And she's
Which The Witcher is about to find
yeah.
out.
And she's one of the few actresses who's like, she's denied roles and said, no, I'm not doing that.
Yep.
She's like, that's stupid. Why would I do that? That doesn't make sense. Like, and she sticks to roles that she believes in a way that's like, she knows she's like a very popular star.
She's attractive, and I hate that I'm attracted to her.
But why diminish it?
I hate it.
Yeah, I hate it.
I hate it. Like, I'm ashamed of myself. So it's whatever.
It's Wednesday, bro.
I know.
That's what it is. It's
Like
the
she's
goth
playing.
girl. It's the goth
She's
girl
playing
blues.
a kid in school.
It's the goth girl blues, but you know she's like 37.
I know she's like fucking 80. But
yeah,
no,
she's
in her early 20s.
It's like
but she's
21
got that,
Jump Street.
It reminds me of that when I was that kid, and I liked the goth girl.
Yes,
you know,
yes,
like the
yeah.
eyeliner. It worked for me.
But you know, we were lied we were lied to a lot as children. We
were.
Okay? Saved by the Bell, they were all like 30.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Dawson's Creek.
Dawson's Creek, same.
Yeah.
21 Jump Street.
Yep.
Like all of these motherfuckers, they're like, yeah, a grown man that's 40 can like pretend he's in high school and crack
I
down on
love
the
watching. I
drug
love watching
dealers.
horror movies. I love watching horror movies from the 80s where like you can tell the actors are like in their late 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, welcome to Bloomington High. It's like bullshit.
Get the fuck out of here.
Bullshit. What
Bro.
community college is this?
Bro, you got a
Get the
5
fuck
o'clock
outta here.
shadow. Get the fuck out of my
That dude
face.
back here's got a full beard. Get the fuck out. He's 6'4". Get the hell out of here. Get the fuck out of here. No, I love that shit.
Yeah, but you can't do that shit anymore, right? It's just, but when we were younger, we'd watch it and think, oh man, that's what a 15-year-old looked like. So then, like when you're looking in the mirror, you're
Speaking
like,
of,
I had one kid in high school, and he had a glorious,
Beard?
full fucking beard. He was the only guy.
yeah, one guy with a full beard.
One guy.
I knew a guy with a full beard too in high school, Ray Robertson. I don't know what he's doing. Right
he's fucking trimming that beard. That's what the fuck he's doing.
Speaking of inappropriate attraction, I was watching a movie the other night on Amazon. It's from the 90s. It was called Waiting. Actually, it might have been early 2000s. Ryan Reynolds was in it.
Oh,
Waiting, yeah.
Waiting, yeah.
The restaurant.
That's a great
It's a great
movie.
comedy, and they could never make that fucking movie now.
No.
No.
They say the word retard 100 times in
Oh,
that
yeah.
movie, and the entire time the movie is in, Ryan Reynolds is waiting for the front girl like,
Yes.
at the hostess to turn 18 so he can fuck her.
Yes, yes.
The whole movie, he's
That's
just
the
talking.
whole
He's
movie.
like, "Are you 18 yet?" Like the way he's approaching her, I'm like, "You can't make
You
this.
cannot.
You can never make this movie."
No,
now.
no.
Like I'm watching it with my girlfriend. We're both going like,
You can't
is-
do that shit
I'm like,
anymore.
oh
No.
my god, this is like, I'm becoming aware of how uncomfortable it is. I was like, all right.
How inappropriate is this
I was
shit?
like, it's hilarious. The movie's hilarious and
Yes.
it's great, but I mean, I understand where woke culture came from.
Yes.
Like, I'm like, oh,
Yes.
people that watch this that were like,
Yes.
this is wrong.
This is
I'm
really
laughing.
wrong.
I'm laughing my balls off
Yes.
at it. But I'm doing, this is where it came from.
And when it came out, I think I was in high school. So like you're watching it laughing. This is fucking great. But yes, now you go back and you look at it as a grown man with bills to pay, and you're just like, wait a second.
Wait a minute, that man's
Did I
trying
miss
to-
that the first time?
It's so
Holy
it's so
shit.
good, and you always think he's gonna like maybe grow up in the movie. He never does.
The Mexican guy that played the cook in
Yes.
That game where they trick you into
Oh
looking at
my
their balls.
God.
They trick you into looking at their balls, and then when you look at their balls, they ridicule you for being gay, and they kick you in the ass. It's the best fucking game ever.
Yo, that shit is so fucking
The
good.
bat wing where you stretch your nuts out so you can see the veins. He's like, that's 3 kicks. I fucking love that game. Oh my god.
Yo, but like him, I forget the actor.
Guzman?
Guzman, yeah.
And
oh my
he
God.
plays Wednesday's dad. He
Yes,
plays,
yes.
he plays
but
Gomez.
he plays that role so well in Waiting.
That one line he says, I've used this line for years since that movie, and even though I've forgotten about that movie, I still say this line every now and then when I go to a party. I will go to a party and like if for no reason it just cuts to him, like in the middle of the party scene. He goes, "If I knew it was gonna be this kind of party, I'd have stuck my dick in the mashed potatoes." And I don't know what that means. No, don't do it, Ed. Don't do it. Don't do it, Ed. Ed, don't.
Thank you for joining us on the Sofa Kingdom podcast.
How you gonna do me like that?
Ian was sticking dick in mashed potatoes.
I still say that. I still say that. And to this day, no one knows what the fuck I mean. Everyone looks at me like I'm crazy.
You know what? I'm gonna have to go back and watch
apple
that.
pie.
Another great movie.
Yes, that
Another
you
great
cannot
movie.
do again.
You could never do
so
it.
many things that they do. They set up a camera to
see a girl
live
naked.
stream
Yep.
a girl
Naked.
Yeah.
You couldn't
can't
do that.
shit
You couldn't do it nowadays. Remember Porky's?
Yes.
They drill a hole into the girl's locker room.
Yeah.
Yep.
Porky's.
The
What was
teacher grabs
the girl's shower, yeah.
What was the one about the college? Revenge of the Nerds.
Revenge of the Nerds.
That's another movie that has some pretty horrendous
Oh
scenes.
my god.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the one with Belushi?
Oh my god, it's legendary.
Oh, the dorm one.
About the dorm.
Oh my god. Why can't we?
College days?
Yeah, no, he destroys the guitar on the stairs.
Oh.
He drinks the whole bottle of Jack Daniels.
Yes.
Oh, I
No,
know
I
what you're
know.
talking about.
Animal House.
Animal House.
Yes.
Perfect.
Couldn't make that one either.
Listen, don't watch these movies.
All
Do
those
not
big,
watch
all those
these
big ass
movies.
black dudes. You care if we dance with you all day?
Go right ahead.
Yeah, stick to hip hop.